Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Like the other videos. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate if you did. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, whatever the fuck you guys want to do. Hope everyone had a good holiday, Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. I know that I had some pretty good time with my family this past weekend. I went back home for, I think it was about 4 days, had to come back because my wife had to work yesterday. But yeah, so that was a nice little time to get spent with my family. Like I said, hopefully you guys got to spend it with yours. And I'm just gonna get into things here. Stuff's moving pretty quick, honestly. So I started taking this social media thing a little bit more seriously. I wanna say back, I think in like maybe June or May of this year. And on my Instagram, I had maybe 100 followers on my truck page. And now I'm up to, I think, like almost 1,200. I mean, it's not an insane amount of like followers, but at least for me, it's pretty awesome. I think I'm doing a pretty decent job at this. The YouTube, obviously I had like one subscriber, I don't know, some random dude in the basement. I have no idea. But now it's up to, I think about, as I'm recording this, I want to say 120. So again, not huge numbers, but it's something, and it means a lot to me. And there's a lot of work that goes into this stuff. I didn't really realize how much time you spend when you're doing this stuff, like post recording or photography stuff with the editing and Lightroom and Premiere Pro and stuff like that with Adobe shit. There's other stuff, but that's what I use. But I just wanted to go over real quick what I'm using for a camera, because a lot of people are saying the photos on my Instagram are looking pretty crispy. Chef's kiss, some could say. But yeah, so I'm just running, with someone from Instagram I talked to. I don't actually know their actual name. I just know their handle, so I'm not gonna say it. That's just weird. I gotta start getting to know actual people and not just their page. That's another thing I gotta start working on, because it's really weird. On Instagram, I used to have a personal account. I mean, I still do, but I don't really ever go on it or use it because I can't log into it on my phone for some reason, just on my laptop. But it's weird for me talking to people. I said it the other day in a post on Instagram. It's weird because my page is all focused around my truck and it's nothing to do with me. And then like when I'm talking to people sometimes on it, or like DMing them and stuff about shit, I'm like, this is weird, man. It's like they're talking to a truck. Like they're not even talking to a person. I don't know. To me, it just seems weird. But anyways, just got really sidetracked with that. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over what I use for a camera for my photography stuff. It's nothing crazy. It's literally an entry-level Canon R100. I think you can find them refurbished or used. You might even be able to find them new for less than $400 for the body. And then, so the body is just this. It's I think it's an ASPC sensor or something like that. It's not a full frame sensor. And then I have a Canon 50mm 1.8 STM, just their prime lens from Canon. I believe you can get this for about 150 bucks. So all in, without the filters, which I'll get to in a second, all in just the lens and the body of the camera, you're looking at like maybe 600 bucks tops. That's the top end of it. I would say you could probably get this set up for like 500 bucks, 500 to 600 bucks. I mean, it's great. It's much better than a phone. I can tell you that much. The 50mm lens is fucking really good quality. The Canon RF 50mm 1.8 focal length. And then when I generally am taking photos of my truck, I will go into the manual mode. I mean, now that I understand what I'm doing, I'm not going to get into it too much. But for my focus, I never use autofocus really. I'll always focus on the headlight or some part of the car I really want to accentuate. This camera, like I said, is the base level, so it doesn't have all the crazy shit. Like I know the Canon, I believe the R6 and above have a vehicle mode and autofocus where it can detect vehicles and stuff like that. It seems to work pretty good. I wasn't about to shell out like $1,600 for a camera when I'm just learning how to use it. Also, it does 4K video, but it does shoot it, I think it's slightly cropped, which isn't a big deal. I'm gonna start using my phone with the, once again, I'm gonna get into in a second, with the filters. I actually have an 18mm lens from Moment on my phone right now. And I also have the telephoto lens I use for stuff on my cell phone, for footage on my phone. And it makes a big difference. Like right now with the 18mm, it's a little bit wider of a field of view than you would get with the regular one-time camera, I guess. And it's 4K at 24 FPS, which looks pretty good, as opposed to 1080p on the camera at 24, or you can actually do, I believe, 24 and 60, I think, in 1080p on this. And 1080p is good. I mean, it's not bad. 4K is a little bit better, but honestly, 1080p is more than enough. It all depends on what I'm doing. For the most part though, for these, I'm gonna start using my cell phone. But yeah, so I'm way off track. I'm all over the place. As you can tell, I haven't done this in almost 2 weeks. So with this 50mm lens, I run I believe this is, yeah, so this is a 43mm thread diameter here. So you have to get a 43 to, I actually run 67mm, filters. So I have a CPL from Moment right here. And the CPL, basically you just twist this and it will take glares and stuff out and allows you to see through the windshield of the car. Certain angles, it really cleans up lines sometimes. I wish you had this on me when I just took the most recent photos when I was back home, because they came out, at least from my perspective, they came out pretty phenomenal for what I have. So I have the CPL from Moment, which is great. And you can actually get a lot of stuff from Moment Open Box. This is usually, I forget how much it is, but I paid like $45 with a discount code for an open box lens. It's basically brand new. So this is what the lens comes in. It comes with this little like charcoal cloth so you can wipe off fingerprints and stuff. It's a pretty nice case, honestly. And like I said, these are 67mm filters. So the step-up ring goes from 43mm. So you screw that onto the camera lens. And then it goes from the 43, steps it up to the 67, and allows you to screw on these filters here. And then this is their ND filter I have. I believe it's like a 4-stop. It's ND4, ND8, 16, and 32. And an ND filter basically is like a light stop filter. So if it's super bright out, you can actually take down the brightness, I guess, in a way. I'm not a photographer, I'm explaining this really bad, but an ND allows you to shoot stuff at a normal, I guess, whatever you would normally shoot at. If it's like overly bright, because a lot of times you'll have to bring your shutter time up to account for the light and stuff like that, but you can actually bring it down using an ND filter, and you can get more details out of your shot in a very bright, I guess, like if it's like snowy or whatever, the ND filters are great. Put it on like 32 stop. And it's pretty money, honestly. I use that when it's snowing, I'll put it to 32, or if it's really sunny. And the CPL filter I'll use almost all the time when I'm shooting my truck, because it allows you, like I said, to get rid of some of the reflections, and you can really bring out angles and stuff like that, and it helps a lot. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this on the camera if I come up and show you this. Let's see. So, probably not. I don't think you'll be able to see anything here. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, so anyways, that just cuts out reflections and stuff like that, unwanted reflections, and it's really awesome for car photography. I just basically keep that lens, that filter on my camera at all times. And then I have the little cold shoe mount so I can put it on my tripod. I keep that on all the time. It doesn't really get in the way. It still allows me access to my battery, I guess, and my memory card and stuff like that. This is a great camera if you want to get started with photography. I also got these little things too from I think like Pytech or Paytech. It's like little quick disconnect things for your camera. I guess you could call it a sling. I don't know what you would call this, a tether. I don't know, but yeah, it makes it nice when you go to use a tripod or you're shooting, let's say, portrait mode like this. Instead of having this sling constantly in your way, or lanyard or whatever you want to call it, you can just take it off. But yeah, because I know there's another company that makes them, I think Peak Design, but they were out of stock and or their shipping times were insane, and these were available on Amazon for like half the price, and they seem pretty solid. It comes with 2 sets, a red set of these and this black set that's on here now. It's pretty good. It's smooth, it's nice. And like I said, the moment lenses, I'm not obviously affiliated with any of these camera bullshit companies, but Moment, from what I can tell, at least for a beginner, they have really good quality stuff for their price. And like I said, if you can find stuff open box, I would highly suggest it because you're saving over 50% in some cases. That's how I actually got the lens for the phone and these lenses. I use Moment a lot and try to find their open box stuff when they have seals and stuff like that. Same thing too with Z1 Off-Road. Sometimes they have things that got like blemished, like little shipping dings and dents and stuff. I think just recently I saw they had a Thompson IMS front coilover setup for a 22 Plus Frontier for, it was like $800. It comes with the 110 pound springs for $800. That's something you normally pay, I don't know, like almost double that. And that's actually how I got the rare shackles for my leaf spring, because I had aftermarket ones, and the All Dogs Off-Road ones, I had to get factory ones again to use the parabolics, or else the height would have been too much for my rare shocks that I have. And I actually scored used ones from Z1 that they took off their truck, like for $40. It was like 2 days shipping, so I was like, fuck it, why not? I just had to get new bushings for it, and that was it. But yeah, I highly suggest on some of these sites, if they have it, trying to find like open box items and seal items, because a lot of times the shit's like brand new, and someone just opened it and they're like, I don't want this. So yeah, that's way off all over the place here. I'm all over the place. So CAtuned, gonna get their skid plate soon. It's the engine and radiator skid plate that works in conjunction with their bumper. I'll be doing a thing on that, like I said previously. Let's see what else here. Anthem Wheels, I have secured I guess an ambassador / affiliate, like higher affiliate level spot, where I'm gonna be getting rims from them. I'm getting 17 by 8.5 0mm offset Anthem Rogues. And I believe it's like, they call it satin, it's like matte or satin black. And I think it's the 8-spoke design with, it has like a little protective ring with a little faux beadlock thing, but the ring is removable, so I'm thinking about unscrewing all the bolts around it, paint matching the ring to the truck, even though it's gonna probably get destroyed once I actually am able to start going wheeling with the truck. But yeah, I think it would look pretty good. And I'm gonna post a video on that as well. I'm gonna be getting 295 7017 Mickey Thompson Baja Boss ATs that's gonna be on those rims. I kind of figured it's just easier to do that as opposed to having a place dismount tires off the rim, transfer over the TPMS sensors. I just want to minimize the chances for something to get damaged, and I don't want to have so many moving parts in the whole situation, because every time that ends up happening, like there ends up something fucked up, like the rim will get fucking scuffed up or something stupid that shouldn't happen. So I'm just going to try to minimize the possibility for any issues to arise by just completely avoiding that whole situation of having a shop around here try to fuck with that stuff, because a lot of shops here suck, and I'm gonna have to drive like 3 hours to have it done. So I don't want to like drive all that way and then have something happen, basically. But yeah, so hopefully someone will scoop those up. That'll allocate some funds towards some other stuff, maybe more lights. I can never have enough lights, am I right? All right, who knows what I can use it for? Or I could just actually just pocket the money and not spend it and save it. But what's the fun in that, right? So yeah, there's other things too. My father got my wife and myself some pretty cool gifts for Christmas. He got us an EcoFlow 1000 watt little lithium generator cube thingamajig. I don't know what you want to call it. Like the little battery pack. It's not as big. Oh boy, excuse me. It's not as big as you would think. It's actually a lot smaller than what the photos make it look like, especially for being 1000 watts. And it also came with a 160 watt solar panel to charge it, which is going to be pretty awesome. I haven't used the solar panel yet, but I have charged the actual battery cube using a 120 volt receptacle, and it charged like relatively quick. So that's pretty good. And I'll do a video on that at some point, do some testing with it, plug some stuff in, see how long the battery lasts. It should last a fucking while because it's pretty heavy. Also, the Devos LightRanger 1200s, I've had those now at this point for about 2 months, and they're pretty awesome. I've used those a few times, just grilling on the back deck and stuff, nothing too crazy. But I can tell you, they're definitely worth it. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form, and I don't get any money from them. But if there's good products, I'm gonna let you guys know that it's a good product and it's worth your fucking money that you worked for. Because you don't want to spend your money on something and you get it and you're like, dude, this guy told me this was good and it fucking sucks. Like, there's no worse feeling than that. Because I've done it myself. We all have. We're like, oh, this guy said this shit was good. Let's try it out. And you're like, what the fuck, man? That guy is high. This shit sucks. But yeah, so pardon my language. So there's that. The EcoFlow, just talked about. He also got us a little dual burner stainless grill that's gonna be tits to cook on the back of the tailgate with. It's fucking nice. I think he got it from like Costco or BJ's or something like that. Don't know how much he paid, but that's where he got it from. And it looks like it's pretty high quality. I'll do a video on that as well. Just really pumped about the new wheel and tire setup that's gonna be on the truck. I think it's gonna look pretty good, guys. Honestly, I think it's gonna look pretty good. I have not seen anyone running these wheels yet on the new Frontier. So I'm hoping that I'll be like the first guy, kind of like a guinea pig for them, I guess. But yeah, I'm excited for that. It's gonna look awesome too. So right now the Radar Renegade RTs in the same size as the Mickey Thompsons I'm getting, which is 290, 570, 17. The Radar Renegade, when it's inflated, I believe it's 33.5 by, I wanna say 11.5 or 11.7. I think it's 11.7. Something like that. And then the Mickey Thompsons are 33.7 by 11.2. So they're like a CH larger diameter, but a little skinnier, which isn't an issue width-wise, because right now those ones that are on the truck are just clapping up the cheeks on the fucking side of the truck. The lower quarter panel is getting blasted with fucking road debris. But it is what it is. I mean, I knew that going into it. With those wire tires, it was gonna be slinging shit up there. And then also, the last thing I'm gonna touch on here is the MORRFlate video. I'm gonna try to record that either tomorrow or someday this week. Before the week is over, I'll definitely get a video up on it. But right now it's like raining and shitty, and I don't really wanna be outside unnecessarily for no reason if I don't have to be. I know you guys want to see me get wet and be fucking miserable, but too bad, not doing it. So I'll wait till either tomorrow or, like I said, one day. So today is Wednesday. I'll have it up by Saturday or Sunday. I'll have that video up for you guys, and it'll be real time. I'll deflate it with their quad system that I've had now for like close to 3 years. That thing has been money. That's one thing I am affiliated with, and I will recommend to you guys, is anything MORRFlate makes is awesome. their little roadside tire emergency fucking kit bullshit repair thing. I've used that twice now, not on my truck, but I've used it on my buddy's Subaru. I had to plug a tire, it worked great. And same thing with my wife's Jeep. I had to plug her tire and it worked stupendous. It was great. It was the best. But yeah, so there's that. And then on the flip side of it, we'll do the inflation. We'll time that with a like stopwatch or my watch or the camera timer with the camera, the phone or whatever the fuck. We'll just time that deflation and then the inflation using the new PSI TenSix Pro or the new TenSix Pro PSI, or is it the TenSix PSI Pro? Something like that. I think it's a TenSix PSI Pro. We're just gonna go with that, right? So that's what we're gonna do. Until next time, guys, like I said at the beginning of the video, I would greatly appreciate it for you guys to hit that subscribe button. It's like, I think it's gonna be like over there. And then like that stuff that's gonna be down there, the thumbs up, just and smash that thing. Like it, leave some comments, guys. Please, just leave some comments. I get like one comment a week and I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn. These people are just watching this and just not commenting, they must hate me. But yeah, so just leave some comments. I'd like to have some interaction with you guys, get to know the viewer a little bit better so I know what I should be pushing out to you guys content-wise. Like, I don't want to just throw this stuff into like an echo chamber. I want to have some kind of feedback and interact with you guys, get a better feel for who is actually watching these videos, and then cater to you guys, the viewer, and provide what you guys want. While still making stuff that I want to make, because I'm not just going to make some shit that you guys want to see if I don't want to really make it, you know what I mean? Like, this is a little happy medium. But anyways, subscribe over there, like down there. Till next time, guys, have a good week and have a great New Year's Eve. Don't get too fucking drunk. Don't do anything crazy. And if you do, you should record it and put it on social media and incriminate yourself.